Hey guys, so look, in this video, I want to talk about some cards from One Piece sets that you can invest into. And I normally stick to sealed, so I kind of want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not planning to invest in almost any of these cards, but I know a lot of you guys want me to give my opinion talking about cards. And in my unbiased opinion, because again, I'm not going to be investing in these more than likely, I think these are probably some of the best routes to go. And I want to follow up that disclaimer by saying a lot of this depends on One Piece succeeding long term. And most of you guys should know that if more people come into the hobby and want to collect the cards, not just for the TCG element of it, but just collectability, PSA slabs, whatever it's going to be, high-end singles, this is going to be the way to go, in my opinion. But if that doesn't happen, if One Piece doesn't reach another level of popularity, it's unclear what's going to happen with a lot of these cards in the next 5 to 10 years, right? So just bear in mind all of that in this video. But the first group of cards I want to discuss are the original manga cards from the first 4 sets. So you have the Shanks from Romance Dawn, you have the Ace card from OPO2, you have the Soga King from Pillars of Strength, and you have the Sabo from Kingdoms of Intrigue, the best set in One Piece. I'm joking, guys. But point being, these cards are very difficult to pull. They're quite rare. They're already very expensive. And from a collecting element, it's a very unique take on how to do a card with the manga writing in the background. I really do love how One Piece and Bandai in general has done this. Now, a lot of these cards were reprinted in sets like PRB01, and if I were going to invest into these cards, I would obviously be going with the original print run. I would not be investing in the PRB01 ones, which have a star above the secret rare symbol on the card. The originals don't have that. And that's kind of how you differentiate between them, I believe. So original mangas, and especially the reason I only talked about the first 4 sets is because they are going out of rotation early 2026, I believe. And the reason why that is important is because sets like, say, OPO5 that has the Luffy manga card in there, or OPO9, which I believe has the Shanks and a couple other ones, obviously the Goldie Roger, these could be printed more, right? So we don't know how many cards eventually are going to be out there of those mangas. So outside the manga cards, you can go for popular characters as well. Some of the alternate art cards from these earlier sets, like the Boa Hancock, you can see this card's up about 30% over the past 3 months. The Nami is up around 25%. This is from Pillars of Strength. And to go a step further than just picking popular characters, you could pick popular characters, alternate art cards that are pre-errata. So for example, the Law card from Romance Dawn, the Luffy card from Romance Dawn, the Nami from Romance Dawn. The pre-errata version, again, I don't know exactly what was changed in the text on some of these cards, so you'd have to do your research, right, and make sure that you are buying the pre-errata version. But those cards are going to be very rare, and again, if One Piece pops off in terms of popularity, the collectability of these original, first couple sets, even the fact that they're rare because there was basically an error or something that was changed in the text, these cards are going to be very popular with certain collectors. And then on top of that, a card like a Nami, waifu element, great popular character, looks good. Everything's going for this type of card. Outside this, maybe if you have a bit less money to spend, you could go for the original Wanted posters from OPO3 Pillars of Strength. The Luffy, I think, is the most expensive, sitting around 116, 117. You have the Captain there around $80-ish, the Doflamingo 50-ish, and then Kaido is sitting around 40. And then the final thing, I just brought up a couple cards that I liked. For example, this alternate art card from OPO3, the Ace one. It's up 78% over the past 3 months, so a lot of people have already kind of pumped this up. Went from around $45, $50 up to around 80 in most recent sales, maybe a bit lower than that, but you did have one back in March at $110. Outside this, the Zoro, this was up to around $100, now selling closer to 80. Recent sale from a couple days ago. This is an alternate art from OPO1. Boa Hancock from OPO1 as well, sitting around $50. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.